clarity of repeat, repetition, recap, revise, revision. So, what happened? One day, I was watching motivational videos on YouTube, and then I saw one more, then two more, then five more, and when I could realize 1 hour 30 minutes has gone, and I found that the motivation concepts which I got from the first video was overlapped by the second, and then the third, then the fourth, and ultimately every concepts and everything was mixed up, and I was like, what I'm doing? All the concepts and everything has mixed up, and instead of watching 5 videos, I should watch one video 5 times. I should repeat them. And from there on, I was watching my favorite videos 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. And that also goes with the podcast. If I like some podcast episode, I listen to it 3 times, 4 times, so that through the repetition, the concepts gets into my mind, and then in my subconscious mind, and then it comes into habit, daily habits, and ultimately into my lifestyle. Recap, revise. Let's do it. Hello everyone, I'm Rakesh, your coach, author, speaker, and career transformation expert. Let's Talk Clarity podcast is for career transformation, productivity, and life fulfillment. Please subscribe or follow my podcast so that you don't miss any important episodes. Let's come back to repeat. What is clarity of repeat? What is clarity of repetition, recap, revise? I want to share one more incident. When I was writing my second book, Love for Life plugin, I was referring to the session which I attended in Life Plugin Summit. I was referring my notes again and again so that I could extract great learnings from the session, and I could write that in my second book, in that book. And while referring to my notes, I read my notes more than 20 times. And I can say that now those learnings are imprinted in my mind, on my neurons. And whenever I feel low or down, when I feel something is not working, those learning from that session always help me. Those learnings are actually guiding lights whenever I need them. Those learnings were so amazing that whenever I go to coach someone, those learnings help me every time. That was the power of repetition. For writing my books, I was referring to my notes again and again. And while repeating them again and again, those learnings imprinted on my mind. And after imprinting on my mind, it started to go into my subconscious. And ultimately, that started to come into my habits, and ultimately in my lifestyle. So, guys, that is the power of repetition. So that's why I want to repeat my episodes, my podcast. It is not that I'll be repeating the whole episode, but today I have reached episode 24, and in the next episode I will reach 25. This is the means for me it is a great milestone to reach 25th episode. So what I want that I want to repeat some of the concepts and what are there in the from episode 1 to 25, so that I'm repeating my learning and it is going into my mind lifestyle again. And I too, if I've forgotten some of the learnings, or some of the learnings are not means I have I'm not doing that, so that can come again. So for this episode, let me revise the whole journey. Whole journey means why I started this podcast. I started this podcast to express myself, to share my journey and others' journey, and to share the learnings which I gathered from the last so many years. This podcast is to share the transformation from a normal electrical engineer to an certified executive coach, from being a silent guy to starting my own podcast and YouTube. The journey of not reading any book to now, I have released 3 books to share the clarity concepts, to share clarity procedures, so that you guys also understand the clarity of career and how to transform your career. That was my why. And now let's jump in to episode number 2, because in the first episode I shared my why I started the podcast and what is career transformation and all those things. And in the episode 2, I shared how to break your big goals or projects into small doable tasks, and I call it the clarity of milestone. How to see the next barrel, next task, next milestone. So, if you are having any big project or goal in front of you, please listen to my episode 2. And let's go further. In episode 3, I shared the clarity of 10. Yes, 10. And it says that you should try at least 10 times before quitting or leaving any task or any project. Um, because most of the time we never even start to try for once, and even for once we try, hardly most of the people try for 2 or 3 times. But there's one concept is there, at least try for 10 times. And after trying for 10 times, there are very good chances that you will succeed. Or and if for the 10 times you do not succeed, then you will take back a lot of learnings, and now you are sure that this task is not your cup of tea. So always refer to clarity of 10 and try 10 times. So let's coming to episode number 4, clarity of world class. What are the characteristics of world class? What are the traits of world class? And how we can learn those traits? How we can learn from Virat Kohli? If you want to know more, listen clarity of world class. And now comes the episode 5. This is one of my favorite, and this was direct from the heart. Actually, this was released when there was so much anxiety, stress, emotional drain during COVID times, when the numbers were increasing, hospitals were full, medicines are difficult to get. This one statement gave me so much power, that I will stand unshaken amidst the crashing world. I will stand unshaken. This statement has given me so much power that I could somehow maneuver through those difficult times. This is some poetic episode. Guys, please listen. And episode 6, it is about discipline. Discipline is the concept which I heard in from Vishen Lakhiani, Mind Valley's founder. And I decoded what is discipline, how to remain in discipline, and it means how to remain in discipline even in difficult scenario, difficult circumstances. But what is discipline? It is the discipline of bliss. I really love the concept. Now, episode 7. So, and episode 7 is the most important podcast, if I can say, because it was heard most times after the episode number 1. And it says clarity of I cannot do it. I try to deal with my own internal voice, which says I cannot do it. I shared in this episode, I shared one of my life incident when I said to myself, I cannot do it. So this was some amazing insight I shared, and I cannot do it. Episode 8, clarity of screen time. One of my friend was very stressed due to increased screen time for his kids, and hence I wrote what are the 10 tasks we can do with kids so that we reduce screen time. This is one of my favorite, and yeah, mandatory for parents. Yes, please go have a look up. Episode 9, I watched a documentary on Netflix about minimalism. And in this episode 9, I decode what is minimalism, how to practice minimalism, and how it can help us. Very means I really love this minimalism concept. Episode 10, this is close to my heart because it is about coaching. I share what is coaching, who needs coaching, why coaching. If someone is having any doubt about coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, career coaching, please listen to this episode. Yes, this is about all about coaching. And from episode 9, not 9, episode 11, how to transform your career. And in this episode, I introduced the 6 pillars of career transformation. I made 6 pillars of career transformation, and I shared all the episode, introduced all the 6 pillars in episode 11. And in the subsequent episodes, I shared each pillar one by one and in detail. But let me share the what are the 6 important pillars of career transformation. The first one is learning should continue each day, each moment. Second pillar, learn to manage time management. Third pillar, take care of your health, and this health will take care of your work and career. Pillar 4, make healthy boundaries, learn to say no. My favorite. Pillar 5th, understand the boss subordinate relationship. Pillar 6, enjoy the work you are doing. How to enjoy the work. Yes. So in episode 12, I share the first pillar of career transformation, which is learning. What is learning? Why it is important? Why to learn each day? This is the most important pillar of career transformation. Yeah, most important. Then episode 13 was about time management. That is pillar number 2 of career transformation. What is time management? What are the perspective or concepts about time management? And why to manage time, and everyone is having 24 hour, but everyone uses the time in a different way. Some accomplish very little and some accomplished very much in these allocated time of 24 hours. What are the secrets? Yeah. And let's come to episode 14, in which I shared clarity of health. That is pillar number 3 of career transformation, and how to take care of health, and what is the role of health in the career. Very important. And episode 15, yes. So in episode 7, I shared that there is a noise inside our head that I cannot do it. And when we overcome this noise, you start listening to external world's noise. You cannot do it. So in the episode 15, I shared how I tackled you cannot do it behavior, and and shared how you can do it too. You cannot do it, but you can do it, and how to convert the transition. So, episode 16, clarity of one. In this episode, I shared what is the clarity of one goal, one task, one focus, and how to have a laser pointed agenda, point agenda. Beautiful. And episode 17, I shared the pillar number 4 of career transformation. That is clarity of healthy boundaries, how to say no. It was a tricky topic for everyone, but I shared some beautiful, cool tips on how to set healthy boundaries. And in between these career transformation pillars, and what happened, India lost the World Test Championship final, and I was very disappointed. But in that disappointment, I found that there was one guy, Kane Williamson, which I was following from last more than 3 years, and I found that his composure and his attacking on the field approach is something to learn. So I extracted 10 learnings from Kane Williamson and made into a podcast. That is episode number 18. I really enjoyed making this podcast and learning from big inspirational Kane Williamson. And episode 19 was about fifth pillar of career transformation. That is the relationship between boss subordinate. uh, it doesn't it also include the relationship between you and your subordinate when you are a boss. So it is comes under pillar number 5. And episode 20, uh, it was about pillar 6 of career transformation, sixth pillar, how to enjoy the work. And means everyone is running that we are having too much work, and there are people that they don't have work. So we have to feel the gratitude and enjoy the work which we are doing. We should feel happy that at least I'm having a job, instead of asking for or spoiling the day. Or if you want to switch the job, plan it, work on it, give yourself 6 months, 12 months, and switch. But before that, enjoy your work. And there was the sixth pillar, and I really enjoyed making this podcast 20. And then episode 21, it was about 5 things which I learned from Farhan Akhtar. Yes, the Tufan movie came, and Farhan Akhtar again changed his physique, his body for the role, just like before he done for the movie Bhag Milkha Bhag. And Farhan Akhtar is having many roles like director, actor, singer, writer, many things. And he's originally he was doing editing and all those things. So there's many things which I learned from Farhan Akhtar, and the first thing which I learned is to take care of your body, the health. So there was the episode 21, and episode 22 is about a beautiful poem on listening skill. I call it Clarity of Listen. It was such a beautiful poem. I really enjoyed reading the poem and understanding the concepts in that poem. So now comes the episode 23, Clarity of Cool. This is the last episode. How to become a cool in this environment and competitive edge and competitive office politics and many things. How to remain cool. How to identify your cool act or cool activity. So yeah, that was a beautiful episode. And now I have reached to episode 24. It is about revision, recap, repetition, and I'm sure that I have to repeat all the episodes so that I also revise the concepts, and if I'm missing some concept, I can reignite into my lifestyle and habit. So at last, I just want to convey that instead of watching so many videos, instead of listening so many episodes, instead of reading so many books, watch one video 5 times, listen one podcast 5 times, read one book again and again, and then implement some of the learning into your lifestyle, into your habits. If you're watching so many videos, listening podcasts, reading so many books, but if you are not able to implement some learning into daily habits, then it is actually not helping. Reading all the books in the world may not help. But if you're reading one book and implementing at least one learning into your lifestyle, into your habits, that is a very great thing. Instead of reading 12 books in a year, 52 books in a year, or finishing one book in a week, read a book, implement learning into your lifestyle, work on yourself, and see the power of repetition, repeat, recap. So, I'm ending this podcast by a quote from John Wooden. The quote is: "The 8 law of learning are the 8 law of learning are explanation, demonstration, imitation, repetition, 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 repetition." These are the 8 laws of learning: explanation, demonstration, imitation, and 5 times repetition. So that's what I did in my this episode. So in the next episode, the 25th, I'll be celebrating 3 years of Life 2.0. Join me for a fresh episode in which I will talk to someone special about clarity of career, productivity, fulfillment in Let's Talk Clarity.